Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Swordbreaker. When we left off last time, we found even more new and interesting ways to die. If it's not apparent, I am greatly enjoying this game. I really love trying to seek out all the different options. I was a big fan of Choose Your Own Adventure books when I was a kid, and this is basically playing one of those, but with a lot of great art, so it's wonderful. Let's get in here. Let's go ahead and try to be... Do we want to be evil or a chicken? Let's be cowardly. So, through the gates, and I think maybe if we go down into the manhole, then we'll have options to try and sneak past stuff. Okay, so we're at the bottom. Let's just move ahead. Well, torture chamber, prison, slug's house. The hero was in the prison now, with cages hanging from the ceiling and small filthy cells full of dead prisoners all around him. The prisoners had been long dead, but suddenly, the adventurer heard someone cry quietly in one of the far-end cells. Should he go and check on them, go upstairs to the top level of the prison, or maybe take a break and have a nap in one of the cells? Well, I want to see who the prisoner is, but let's just nap in a cell. That's a terrible idea. Sounds awesome. The hero lay down on a hard bed and closed his eyes, too tired to go on. While he was sleeping, a band of necromancers caught his soul in the astral world, and the adventurer never woke up again. I mean, okay, yeah, it was clearly a bad choice, but you gotta try these things. Okay, I really want to know who the prisoner is. Let's be heartless and cruel, though, and go upstairs. The adventurer went upstairs and saw 2 doors on both sides and an open cell at the end, which gave him a weird feeling. Which way to go? Follow that weird feeling. There was a hole leading to a small passageway inside the cell, and on the floor the hero saw a skeleton clutching a dagger in his hands. Should the adventurer crawl down the passageway or take the dagger? I mean, well, it's clearly some kind of magic dagger. Let's take it. Hey, give me my... There's my choices. Okay, fetch that dagger. As soon as the hero grabbed the dagger, he sensed something weird inside. A feeling of panic and fear went through his body. He started dashing around the cell, waving the dagger, until the cursed weapon finally took over him. With the hands that weren't his own anymore, the adventurer plunged the Jinx dagger into his chest. Bad end. Okay, we'll go down the passageway. Oh, hey! And it led to the library. Okay, so we've been here before. If we rummage around in the books, the librarian will kill us. I don't remember if I successfully killed him or if he got me before. Let's try it. He got me. That's right. Okay, so... Let's shove a bookcase. I think we should dive. Because that was successful last time. Was this the time when I should have thrown the sword? Yeah! The sword went right into the librarian's chest, killing him. Should the adventurer go straight ahead or turn left now? I actually feel really bad because the librarian was a nice guy. Apparently we're going to try to play evil this right. Straight ahead. The adventurer entered the door which said Infirmary. In the past, it was used for treating people living in the castle, but now it was abandoned. In front of him, the hero saw a long hallway with several doors on both sides. Nurse's office, general practitioner, gynecologist, and head doctor, Mr. F. Crooker. The hero could also go further down the hallway. Which way to go? We've got so many choices. Alright, who's hanging out in the nurse's office? When the hero entered the nurse's office, he couldn't believe his eyes. Everything was in ruins. Beds, drip feeds, syringes, and dead bodies were scattered all over the place. What was worse, about a dozen decaying nurses stood around the room. As the adventurer walked in, he stepped on a glass syringe, breaking it with a loud noise. The nurses turned to the sound. What should the hero do now? Attack them with his sword? Sneak past them? Or perhaps hide under a bed and wait until they're all dead for sure? Hide under a bed. No, we'll attack them. Dead. Without thinking twice, the hero went for the nurse standing closest to him. As soon as her head dropped to the floor with a loud bang, all the other nurses came to life and shuffled towards the adventurer with their scalpels and... Scissors. The operation was a success, but the patient died. Dead. Alright. Well, let's go again. I know I'm doing a whole lot more dying than actually accomplishing things. But it's tremendous fun, so I'm just going to keep with it. Okay, do we want to go down again? And we'll go straight ahead. Now then. Alright, you know what? Let's... Okay, so let's check out who's crying. The cry led the hero to a prison cell. Inside, among some animal carcasses, he saw a crying girl of about 10 years old. The girl noticed the adventurer, rushed up to the bars and cried, "Help, let me out!" Should he break the lock and rescue her? Or let her be and go to the upper level? Well, it's really evil to leave her, and I did kind of want to try for the evil end. Let's make a friend. The hero raised his sword and broke the padlock at a blow. The girl ran out of her cell and rushed into his arms. He hugged the girl and tried to comfort her when he felt a sharp pain in his neck and passed out as she was sucking his blood. The girl turned out to be a vampire. That's what I get for being kind. Alright, you get to stay in the cage, little missy. So, upstairs. We could go to the librarian, or we could... Okay, the cell had the weird dagger, so we should leave that alone. And then it had the passageway to the library. So let's see what's on the left door. We've not done... This place used to be an exercise yard for the prisoners, and many of them still lay there. The adventurer noticed a brick sticking out of the wall, when some dark vibes, if I could scroll, filled the room, and the prisoners rose from the dead and walked towards the hero. Should he fight them, or run to the brick? What's going on with the brick? As soon as the hero pushed the brick, the wall trembled, opening a dark, dusty passage to the unknown. The adventurer entered the passage, unabashed, and shut the door behind him. So long, prisoners. Oh, and now we're in the Smithy. Okay, so do not tap on the warhead. Go to the rec room. Alright. Alright, I know you want your apprentice. Nah. I've got no time for that. I'm here to find treasure, said the hero. Then I'll have to kill you. You know too much already, said the blacksmith. Hans, come on, man. Grabbed his sledgehammer and swung it in the air. Should the adventurer ward off the attack or jump clear of the hammer? Dodge. The adventurer was too fast for the sledgehammer, which hit the stone floor instead. When the hero dodged it, he had some time to choose what to do next while the blacksmith was busy retrieving his hammer from the floor. Should he strike the smith with the Swordbreaker, attack him with the sword, or simply run away? Run for it! Be a coward! The hero made a dash for the exit and ran down the hallway. The adventurer stumbled on a door which said laboratory and went inside. He found himself in a spacious room with various metal frames and other junk. The tables were covered with some equipment, microchips, and wires. Next to one of the tables, he noticed a piece of pipe. Should the hero rummage through the junk on the tables or leave the lab? We're gonna lose a heart. The hero was going through the junk when he saw a pile on the floor turning into a metal monster. The next second, the golem-like villain went for the hero. What should he do? Attack him with the sword or throw the pipe at him? Well, if we attack him with our sword's made out of metal, right? And he's like a lightning thing, so it'll course through our sword and zap us, right? Throw the pipe. The hero grabbed the pipe and threw it at Golem. The pipe knocked out one of the parts from his metal body, but it got back in its place in no time, as if attracted by a magnet. As soon as the monster retrieved the missing part, it went for the adventurer. Should the hero short-circuit Golem with some wires, or turn over the table with all the metal junk on the monster? I mean, it seems like either of them's a pretty decent idea. I don't know, if I turn all the junk on him, is it just gonna make him even tougher? It's gonna all, like, stick to him and stuff? Let's short-circuit him. The adventurer grabbed a couple of wires and jabbed them into Golem's body, electrocuting him. The hero was thrown several meters back, and the metal monster got torn apart. All that was left was Golem's shining glass heart. Well, should the adventurer take it? Yeah. Oh, no! I didn't want to leave it! I wanted to take it! Ah! I clicked the wrong thing. Alright, we were in this hall before. And if we dive, then we get eaten by piranhas. So let's just go on. Okay, time to fight the shark. So we need to... Can we dodge? No. Yeah, I think I died this way last time, too. Okay, no good. Attack. And then floating dress. And that gets him. Alright, shark is done. We gotta talk to Zet or else he'll kill us. Okay, we'll go. I'm out of here. Okay, don't mess in the wardrobe. Succubus gets us. So we'll get some sleep, but who's gonna help us? Okay, there she is. I don't want to go closer to her, so I guess no way. I know you! You're that damned succubus who wasted so many lives in this castle, shouted the hero. Oh, do you? Well then, you just gave me another reason to kill you, said Succubus, smiling at the adventurer. The demon has summoned a whip and gave it a wave. Should the adventurer dash away from it, or try to fend it off with the sword? Run away, coward! Oh, the adventurer tried to run away from Succubus, but her whip caught up with the hero, twisting itself around his neck. As the snare started to strangle him, Succubus gave it a jerk and pulled the whip. The adventurer was too weak to strike back and choked to death. She got us. Bummer. Can I get back there or no? I used up all my hearts, so... No. Okay. Well... Let's go down again, even though we've done that a couple times now. But there's more things to explore down there. So, straight ahead, and... We've not gone to option 2 yet. The adventurer couldn't believe his eyes when he looked inside the torture chamber. Bodies and animals torn apart, torture tables, knives, saws, and other killing tools were all around the room. What a sickening sight. In the far corner of the room, he saw a sinister-looking creature sleeping peacefully in an enormous armchair. That was the Axeman, thought the hero. It was him who made all these poor souls suffer. Should he take revenge on the monster, or quietly pass him by? Revenge! The hero decided to avenge those poor things tortured by the Axemen. He went up to the monster and kicked him in the guts. He should have stabbed him in the guts so we don't have to battle him. The Axeman fell from his chair, jumped on his feet, and grabbed some shears and an axe from the floor. The next moment, the shears whooshed towards the adventurer. Should he duck or ward them off using his sword? Dodge. The adventurer dodged, and the shears hit the wall behind him, and they were moving with some force. They lodged into the brick wall. The next moment, the axeman raised his axe. Should the hero deflect the attack or make another dive? I think we should dodge again, because an axe is a pretty solid weapon, and if he swings this thing at us and we try to just block it, I don't know, what if the axeman's stronger than us? Dodge. The hero dodged again and ripped the axeman's guts out. The bleeding monster fell to the floor with a thud. Now the adventurer could move on. He stumbled on a room that looked like... the axeman's torture chamber. Inside there was a table next to the wall buried with torture instruments. Should the hero take a saw from the table? A gross torture saw? Ooh, we shouldn't, but we're gonna. Whoop. The hero ran to the table but slipped on a puddle of blood. See, I love it that something so random like that happens. Oh, you made a mistake. There was a puddle of blood. As he was falling, the adventurer knocked down the table. Knives and saws, all the torture tools flew at the hero, sinking deep into his body. Yeah. Blech. Wrong choice. Okay, just leave it alone. The hero went on down. Oh, and then there's Stinky. Okay, so we could be evil and fight Stinky. Let's just talk to him. What's up, Stinky? Okay, so he wants his ring. Fine. Alright, where should he look for the ring? Let's just go on and maybe go a different path. Alright, we'll go through the prison. We will ignore the crying. Okay, so what's the right door? Oh, hey! The door led the hero to the guard's chamber. The guard himself, a huge wicked hulk, was sitting at his table and writing. "I hope you didn't let that vampire girl out," he said. "Not this go-round." "I didn't. Who are you?" asked the hero. "Me? I'm the prison guard. But I don't think you're welcome here. We could either send you to the uranium mine or to the infirmary. They do need new guinea pigs, you know." "Or are you brave enough to fight me?" said the guard. "Make your choice." On guard! The adventurer decided to attack the prison guard. The bully jumped on his feet, grabbed the hero by the throat, and put him in the air with one hand. Should the hero try to unclench his hand, get at him with a sword, or kick him in the groin? Kick him in the nuts. The kick in the groin, his eyes here, ooh, cross-eyed with the pain. And the groin took the guard by complete surprise. The Hulk fell and doubled over with pain. Should the hero slaughter him with the Swordbreaker, or kick him in the kidneys? We should kill him, but let's be a little bit evil. Kidney punch. Whoops! The adventurer was just about to take a running kick when the guard noticed that and gave him a heavy punch in the face. The hit made the hero swivel in the air and fall on the floor. Then the guard came closer and kicked him hard, squeezing all his guts out. Oh, he stomped us to death! Alright, yeah, obviously I should have just finished him off. While the guard was distracted by the pain, the hero went closer and plunged his Swordbreaker up to the elbow. Now he could go on his way. The hero came to a large steel door. Behind it was a training hall. Castle guards and warriors used to master the art of war here. Swords, shields, bows, and bones of dead warriors were scattered on the floor. Then the adventurer noticed training dummies for the guards and a passage in the wall leading to a shooting range for the archers. Should the hero rummage through this place or go to the shooting range? Well, I want to go to the shooting range, but can we find something? Among the junk lying on the floor, the adventurer noticed a small, shiny object. It was a rare ancient charm that probably belonged to one of the dead warriors. Should the hero take it? No, because something awful is going to happen to us. But I'm going to take it. Wow, I could make a fortune, but the hero couldn't finish. The ghost archer he saw at the range shot him right in his head when the adventurer tried to take his charm. It did warn me. Better not. Should have just left that bad boy alone. Alright, well, we've not done the window in a bit. We can just wait and talk to this fella. And then refuse his help. Alright, broken beds, chairs, and other pieces of furniture scattered around, and these guards. We will run between the guards. Oop! The adventurer tried to run between the guards when the first skeleton slashed his leg with an axe and the second one hit him on the head. Funk. As soon as the hero fell on the floor, the guards finished him ruthlessly. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to fight then. I can't beat all the guards with just one sword. What should I do? Throw a chair at those two and attack the others? Start swinging the sword randomly? Perhaps take a run and tackle them. Tackle all these guys with weapons. Give them the chair! The hero grabbed the chair from the floor and threw it at the two guards nearby, but it just broke into pieces. Meanwhile, the other two skeletons came closer and slashed the adventurer with their swords, killing him. Bummer. Well? Tackle? The adventurer made a dash for the skeletons and tackled them. When he heard two swords push over him, the hero slashed the guard's legs. Now there were only two to go. The problem was, they were already on their guard, ready to attack. Should he hit one of the skeletons with his elbow or try to escape? Run away! Ugh. The adventurer tried to run away from the guards, but they were too close. The skeletons caught up with the hero and slashed him in half. Well, that didn't last long. Okay, let's go through the window again. Okay, what's going to be the best way to be either evil or cowardly? Alright, we can wait for the... I mean, we could just kick this guy, but then we'll have to fight those next guys for sure. Although we'll have 2 swords to do it. Kick him. Take the sword. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we can take these guys, though. We've got a bunch of swords. Alright, fight with 2 swords. Flawless victory. Excellent. Now. So, what do we want to do here? Right door kills me. Look at the weapons. Takes us down to the pig. Let's just get the one at the end. I forgot where that leads. Oh yeah, to another armory. There's a ghost in there. Can I fight? Let's fight the ghost. Or we could just run away. Run away! The hero got away from the moving armor and went to a long hallway with holes in the walls and piles of human bones on the floor. Should he run or crawl across the hall? You should crawl, because if we run, then spikes or something are going to shoot out of those walls, those holes in the wall, and kill us. So, crawl. The adventurer felt there was something wrong with that hallway, and was right about that. As he was crawling through the bones, giant buzzsaws went whizzing from the walls, just where the hero's head would have been. Uh-huh. Oh, into the smithy. To the rec room. We don't want to help. So we can fight, and then what? Or I suppose we could have tried to help and then just done something else. Dodge. Run? Run. We're being cowardly. It works. Okay, so laboratory. We'll just get out. Ah, into the garden. So, what do we want to do here? We should not water that flower. It will kill us. Just move on. Okay, so there's this thing. We should escape. Oh, hey, Zet. So, let's talk to you. And we'll just run away. Which we did before, so we'll just continue skipping that text. Okay. Alright, here we go. We'll get some sleep, and we are going to have to fight this succubus. Alright, I don't want to come closer, so let's battle her. Okay. Escaping did not work. Ward off the whip. When the adventurer saw the whip coming at him, he waved his sword and cut off its end. The next second, he threw his sword at the demoness, but Succubus deftly moved aside. Now that he lost his sword, what should the hero do? Dash to the demoness and strike her with the Swordbreaker, or see what she's going to do next? I'm nervous to wait. Let's get her. Without thinking twice, the hero rushed to the demoness and plunged his Swordbreaker into her flesh. Succubus let out a moan and sagged to the floor. When her body began to disappear, the adventurer found himself still lying on the bed. Then he got up and went on his way. Alright. Okay, and now we've got a portal. This must be the portal room. Okay, so I did have a yellow streak. Let's go in the portal and see what happens. The hero entered the glowing portal, and reality warped around him. When the adventurer opened his eyes again, he found himself in a spacious room with 4 magical portals, and a weird, purple, spongy-looking potato thing. What kind of trial is that? The hero wondered. Then he heard the Knight of the Temple of Fate. Your actions have shown your true colors. You escaped from danger all the time and never tried to help anyone because you are a coward. So in the trial you deserve, you will have to face a wimp just like you, a freak of nature who's not worth living in this world. I give you Sponge Joe, cried the knight. The next moment, a strange creature came out of the portal. It really was a huge sponge, which looked ridiculous and silly. Should the hero slash it with his sword or talk? I mean, he should be easy to defeat, but let's talk to Joe. I don't want to fight with you, said the hero. Me neither, sir. Let's be friends. We could play chess or backgammon. Or how about a game of hide-and-seek right now? Oh, Sponge Joe. The adventurer could clearly see that idiot wouldn't just leave him alone. Putting up with this nonsense was a real challenge for him. Should the hero play hide-and-seek with Joe or kill him? We could send Joe to hide and then just not find him. Alright, we'll play. Why not? I will hide and you'll seek, the hero said slyly. No, you did it wrong. You need him to hide and you seek. Great, said Joe. He closed his eyes and started counting. The adventurer dashed for the exit and ran down the corridors until he saw a huge double door that probably led to the throne room. Should he enter the room or look for the treasure? I kind of want to go in the throne room. But we're a coward. To the treasury! Since it's the jewels I'm looking for, why should I enter the room and fight the necromancers, wondered the adventurer. So he continued with his quest for hidden treasures. Winding passages finally led him to a huge round door. It must have been the treasury. When the hero pulled the handle, a discharge of magical energy went through his body. The door was locked. How did it open? Should the adventurer say, I'm Lord Neo the Fourth, or take a better look at the door? Let's try looking closer. The adventurer examined the door and noticed a chipped brick to its left. He tried to wedge his sword into the hole and use it as a lever to help him force the door open, but as soon as he touched the door with the sword, the security system reactivated. This time the blow was so heavy that he was thrown away from the door. The hero smashed his head against the wall, broke his neck, and died. He never saw what was inside the treasury. Okay, so, passcode it is then. Passphrase. I am Lord Neo the Fourth, said the hero. It worked. A second later, he heard a creak of unoiled hinges, and the door opened. Behind it was a large chamber full of gold and jewels. In the middle, the adventurer saw an enormous diamond sitting on a pedestal. His face lit up, and he rushed to the gem, throwing caution to the wind. That's when he noticed a wrinkled old man in his way. That's my diamond. This is my treasury, he yelled. Who the hell are you, scum? Asked the adventurer. How dare you? I'm Lord Neo the Fourth, and this is my castle. I've been hiding here for many years. That wretched succubus is haunting my kin, you see. The treasury is protected with a very powerful spell. Only the password is a bit too weak, as I can see, said the lord. It is a pretty terrible password. What, don't you know? The castle has long been seized. You have no idea how sick this place is. Well, I couldn't care less. I've come here for the gem. As for the rest, I'll leave it to you, said the hero, and headed for the diamond. Oh, that explains it. I kept wondering why they stopped bringing me food. You can't have my treasures anyway, cried Neo, and went for the hero with an ancient-looking sword and a shield. Should the adventurer kick the shield, or ward off the attack with the Swordbreaker? I kind of really want to kick Neo, but I think that if I underestimate him, he's going to kill me. So let's fend off the attack. Oop. The hero thought the lord would strike him with the sword, and put his Swordbreaker forward to defend himself, but Neo tricked the adventurer and knocked him down with his shield. The hero lost his bearings and, powerless, fell on the floor strewn with gold coins, spitting out blood and teeth. As for the lord, he had no trouble chopping his head off. Okay, well, let's give this guy a kick then. The adventurer caught the right moment and kicked the shield, sending Neo flying into a heap of gold. That took the lord completely by surprise. Should the hero finish him or grab the gem and run away? Well, in true cowardly fashion, diamond and run. Oh no! As the adventurer dashed for the diamond, the old lord came to his senses and got up. Crap, and that was my last heart. The hero grabbed the gem, which for a moment captured his mind with its beauty. The lord, meanwhile, was much more sensible and stabbed him in the back. The adventurer dropped the diamond, fell on the floor, and his heart stopped. We were so close. We almost had it. Oh, okay. Okay, so through the window. Kick this guy. Take his sword. And I know that, like, looking at our points at the end, I had kind of a mix of points, so I'm probably gaining some evil points I don't really need here, but this got us to where we wanted to be, so we're just going to keep up at it. Okay. So, from here, we want the door at the end. We'll Run away from the armor. Crawl along the floor. Oops! Oh no, I can't believe I did that! I knew that would happen! Why do I... I'm not reading closely. Okay. Go to the rec rooms, do not bang on the pipe. Alright, we're not gonna help. We're gonna dodge and run away. Then we're gonna run away again. Move on. Keep running. Run again. Okay. Let's take her out. And then what? Swordbreaker? Yeah. Okay, in we go. Hey, Sponge Joe. I could attack him this time. No. We'll continue as we did before and see if we can get the diamond. To the treasury. With the passphrase. Okay, here we go. Let's get this diamond. Kick him. Okay, grabbing the gem and running is not going to do it. We got to kill this guy. Without thinking twice, the hero chopped the Lord's head off with the Swordbreaker, splashing blood all over the place. Oh man, we really did too. Look at that. Whew. The adventurer took the diamond from the pedestal and went back. Now his quest was over. He could sell the gem and live comfortably off the money for the rest of his life. The hero must have taken a wrong turn and found himself in a long hallway with windows to his left. On the floor there were old bones and someone's armor. It was all rather suspicious. Should he run through the hallway or climb out the window? Go through the window. Come on, we gotta be so close. Don't bungle it. Now that he had the most expensive diamond in the world, the look on his face. Ah, it's that sponge again. The adventurer decided not to push his luck and climbed through the window. He found himself at the courtyard with the gates right ahead. He was just going to leave when he heard some noise. Someone fell out of the window right in front of him. It was Sponge Joe. He stood up, cleaned himself up a bit, and said happily, "There you are! I found you, friend!" "No way, Joe. This is not a game. I'm leaving, you stay here. And, by the way, we're not friends," the adventurer said angrily. "But I can't stay here. Fate brought us together. Now I'm your friend for eternity. I'll go wherever you go. We can play games," cried Joe. "No way," the hero said, bewildered. "Let's go. I don't like it here. We'll live at your place. It'll be fun. You'll see," Joe said with a smile. And that's what we get for being a coward. Stuck with Sponge Joe for eternity. This is how the story ends for the cowardly adventurer. He sold the diamond and bought himself a small castle. He couldn't complain. He was a living legend after all. I mean, and he got a castle out of the deal. That's pretty good. Still, he was lonely. He had no friends. People stayed away from him. All because of Joe. I love his expression. That sponge! That cursed sponge! He was always by his side, laughing, making a fool of himself, but the hero could do nothing about it. And so they lived together in a magnificent castle and played hide-and-seek every evening. Is this a Khajiit on the wall? Well, it's a fitting end for a coward. You know? We get our treasure, we get the riches and the glory, but, we did get it through very cowardly means, so stuck with Sponge Joe. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wind the episode down here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come back, and next time I'll probably do more just poking around just to see what different kinds of things we can find that we haven't got yet, and then I'll attempt on one playthrough to get for the evil ending. We'll see what happens that way.